Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host here at Blast Away the Game Review, Dustin Murphy. Today we are going to be taking a look at Warframe's Riven Mods, especially because I have been asked on multiple accounts when I do stream the game on Twitch, how do I unlock Riven Mods? Well, that is actually a great question, and that is why I'm here today with a new tutorial for Warframe. I know it has been a long time since we've done a tutorial. Last one we did was about Darvo, relays, Barakatar, and just all the stuff that goes with that. So today we're going to simplify Riven Mods for you. While there are still a lot of things we here at Blast Away the Game Review are learning, Chris and myself have decided to unlock a Riven Mod for you for this new tutorial, which is actually a new series of tutorials that are coming out. So I want to give a huge shout out before we get too far to DE for all their support, for their backing to this extent. I really appreciate it. Thank you, DE. It has been astoundingly awesome to do what we have been doing, and we look forward to continue doing so as the days come. So definitely a big thank you to all of you at DE. I do want to give you, the viewers, a huge thank you. You guys have been outstanding in your feedback, your viewership, and your continued support, especially during live streams here on Blast Away the Game Reviews YouTube, or even on my personal Twitch. Thank you so much for helping us get to where we're at. Now, as you can see here, I do have two Riven Mods on screen. I have a Pistol Riven Mod, which requires 16 Syndicate medals. I will be doing a separate video on that, so definitely stay tuned next week for that, because it will be there. Instead, today we're going to focus on this single one called the Rifle Riven Mod, which requires me to get 48 stealth kills without being spotted. The stealth kills are actually going to be finishers, so you're going to want to make sure you have a melee equipped. You're going to want to have a stealth character, because it is going to be important that you do not get caught, because it does not allow alarms to be raised. So the moment alarms are raised, you stop proceeding with that Riven Mod. Riven Mods can be obtained in sortie missions, and only sortie missions. In the last update, we saw them rise from 23% to 25% ratio. So there's a 25% upon completing your sorties that you're going to get them. Now, for the sake of this video, I will be setting my missions to friends only, just so I don't get randoms and I don't run the risk of not being able to do my Riven Mod in one run. Now, if any of you do need help with these, the best thing to do, especially like ones with mine, is go to maps like Europa, where you can take on the Infestation, you can take on the Corpus, or you can even take on things that you find more easily accessible to you. Now, you can do it on missions like Eris, where there will be a lot of enemies, but personally, I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to go to Sedna, where I know the Exterminate mission on Adaro will have a lot of enemies for me to kill, especially because they're Corpus. But one thing I do want all of you to know, if a mission says Kuba Siphon, do those any chance you get, because you will need Kuba to re-roll your Riven Mods. Yes, you can re-roll them, and you can even get better stats on them. So definitely pay attention to those stats, and definitely pay attention to the re-rolls, because they will, as I said, cost Kuba. So Kuba's Siphon missions will eventually become your best friend. Now, in Adaro, I'm going to be using Loki, as I said, as well as Orthos Prime. I do have the rifle and the pistol Riven Mods equipped. As you can see here, I need the finishers, so what am I doing? I'm stealth killing Grenier. So with those finishers, I will be able to finish my Riven Mod rather quickly. Now, you do need to know that enemies, if alerted, cannot be stealth killed, especially if they saw you kill someone else. Even in Loki's cloak, they can be alerted, and it does make it really hard for them to be killed. But they're not going to raise alarms. They're just going to be acting like they saw or they heard something. So if you have enough patience, you can wait for them to come out of that alerted status. Now, as you can see here, I'm fast forwarding to unlock my Riven Mod. Riven Mods do require a mastery rank, and it will be at the bottom. Mine requires 8, and it also requires the weapon, the Bolter or Bolter Prime. So you need to take note of that, especially if you plan on using them. As I said, I'm going to show you a reroll. As you can tell there, I decided to go ahead and reroll my Riven Mod, and it actually cost me 900 Kuba. So it goes up every time you reroll it. So definitely make sure every time you reroll it that you're using the proper amount of Kuba, that it's not going to hurt you. You do need to worry about Riven capacity in your inventory. You do have limited capacity for these mods. Now, because I do not have a bolter, I'm not going to be equipping it right now. I will give you a look at more in-depth analysis behind Riven Mods, especially because there are so many of them. And we do feel like there's a lot of potential, and there's even changes coming up these, because there are Riven Mods for melee weapons, there's Riven Mods for pistols, bows, you name it, they have it. Again, I do want to thank all of you for tuning in. We do apologize that this video is so short and it's only about the one Riven Mod, but we figured the video would give you a base idea behind what Riven Mods are, how they work, how to unlock them. But also, if you are doing stealth missions, make sure you get rid of Coolant Link if you have it equipped on your Sentinel, because it will make stealth killing harder. Now, if any of you are wondering about the music in the background, DE has recently released the soundtrack on bandcamp.com. It costs $10 or more, depending on how much you want to give for it. I donated 10 just because it's all I can afford right now. But if you are interested in the soundtrack, you can find the link down in our more information. We hope all of you give a chance to go purchase and donate to DE, especially to show your support for the game. Again, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. I want to thank DE for all their continued support that they have shown us over the course of the past year to 2 years. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Again, I'm your host, Dustin Murphy, here at Blast Away the Game Review, and we'll be talking with you soon with another mod tutorial for Riven Mods. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon.